Hey everybody, welcome to SaltyOldGamer, where we're on an airsoft journey and we're sharing everything we learn on the way. Today we're talking about the Krytac Trident MK2 CRB. This is a gun that's been touted as the best shooting gun on the market straight out of the box without any mods. So we're going to go over it in detail and figure out if that's true or not. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome. So today we're looking at the Krytac Trident MK2 CRB. Now when it came time for us to step up to the next tier of guns for our gameplay, we did a lot of research looking for the best gun straight out of the box without any additional modifications. And the consensus pretty much came down to it was one of two guns, the Krytac Trident MK2 or the Elite Force Avalon. And we struggled to decide which one to get, but spoiler alert, you may actually be seeing an Elite Force Avalon review coming down the pipeline quite shortly. But we did settle first on the Krytac Trident MK2 CRB, and we're gonna go over everything about this gun from externals to internals to how it shoots. But before we get into all that, let's see what's in the box.
What's in the box?
All right, we are unboxing the Krytac Trident MK2 CBR. All right, there's not really a lot to the box, but you know, sometimes less is more. Really nice foam packaging. We've got your Trident owner's manual, Krytac sticker, kind of a cool dossier style owner's manual. Talks about the hop-up system, disassembly, spring access. Nice, it's got nice details. We have warranty information and warranty service instructions. So, all right, let's see what we've got. We're gonna cut right to the chase and we're gonna bring out this bad boy. There you go. Krytac Trident MK2 CBR. It's got a Defiance grip on it. Nice rubberized Defiance grip on it. It is all metal, really heavy, feels great. It does have the Defiance TR110 key mod rail system on it as well. Fully ambidextrous fire control selector, rotary hop up, and a working bolt release. Nice straight trigger, that's really nice. I'm excited about that. And adjustable telescoping crane stock. Let's see what else we got in here. We have high cap windable magazine, dual purpose Allen key. Looks like our adjustable rear sight. Oh, cool. It comes with a little key mod rail section, 5-slot key mod rail section. So we can mount some accessories to it straight away without having to buy any key mod rail sections. And there's our front sight, all metal. And as an added bonus, comes with a full metal birdcage style flash hider. So when we remove this orange guy, we immediately have something to put right back on it. But we're actually a step ahead in that respect. We actually ordered this Mad Bull Black Side mock suppressor, which we're gonna put on this gun. Obviously this did not come with the gun. We're just showing it because this is what the end product's gonna look like, and it's gonna be hot. All right, so let's go talk about this gun. So as you saw there in the box, the gun did originally come with an orange tip, but it did come with a black metal flash hider with it straight out of the box for you to replace that tip. Now we've gone on and replaced the birdcage tip entirely with this Mad Bull mock suppressor. And if a barrel extension or a mock suppressor is something that you're interested in doing for this gun, you need to understand that the threads actually recess down into the rail a little bit. So you've got to get a mock suppressor that's 30 millimeters or less. This Mad Bull Black Side mock suppressor is actually 30 millimeters exactly, and it just barely fit in there. It actually scraped a little bit of the green off as it was being screwed in. So it just fits really snugly. And aside from that, the gun came with all the standard fare. It came with full metal iron sights for back and front, which we don't currently have on here now because we put our own optics on it already, and I've got a camera mount on the front. And of course it came with a barrel rod and a full metal high cap magazine and one Picatinny rail segment. Now this is an extremely well-made gun. Except for the 6-position crane stock, everything on this gun is full metal, and it's pretty heavy. It's north of about 5.5 pounds. And over the course of a day, it can start to weigh a little bit on you if you're used to a gun that's got a polymer upper. And if there's any one thing initially that I could complain about this gun, it's the high capacity magazine that got sent with it. It's got quite a bit of wobble in the mag well. And actually the first day out in gameplay, it stopped feeding on us. So the high cap magazine that came with it just really wasn't all that high quality. And at this price point for a gun, I would expect all of the accessories to be equally as quality. And unfortunately, the high cap magazine really just isn't. As far as the gun itself, again, it is an all metal upper. It's got nice stamped logos on here for Trident and the Krytac logo itself that look really cool. It's got an all-metal Defiance TR110 rail system on here, and this key mod rail system is really nice. I really dig in the smooth, rounded feel of this. You know, you're gonna see these Defiance rails all over the place. They're super popular, and some people really don't like it, but I happen to like the way that this feels in your hand with the rounded grip. And one really nice thing about this Krytac is that it does come with a rotary hop-up and a fully functional locking back bolt and bolt release. And the rotary hop-up itself is a numbered hop-up. So you can figure out what setting you need for different weights of BBs and dial it straight in when you change BB weights without having to do trial and error testing. It's got a 10-inch rail system and a 10.5-inch metal outer barrel. And the grip on this is actually a Defiance branded grip as well, and it's got kind of a nice rubberized texture to it. And even though it's flat and there's not a lot of ergonomics to it, it still feels pretty good in your hand. The charging handle and the mag release are single side left and right button pushes respectively, but it does have ambidextrous fire selection that clicks into place pretty nicely. It does have metal sling mounts on both sides of the buffer tube, and it does have QD sling points on both sides of the retractable crane stock, and also a slot for a strap style sling as well. And inside of this crane stock, you can fit your traditional 9.6 NIM battery, or you can fit a nunchuck style LiPo battery, or a small block style LiPo battery that actually fits into the recesses of the buttstock. And while we're talking about, the buttstock is nice and rubberized, so it's got a good feel against your shoulder. Now, the description of this gun does say that it will fit a brick style LiPo battery as well, or also known as candy bar. But we found that the wiring and the MOSFET and the buffer tube really doesn't come out, and it takes up enough space that, at least as far as we can tell, candy bar style LiPo battery won't really fit in here. So you're really limiting yourself to either a nunchuck style or a small 7.4 style that'll fit in the recesses of the buttstock. Now, inside of this gun, you've got the famous Krytac Nautilus gearbox, 8mm metal bushings, quick access spring system. I mean, this is the top of the line gearbox that you can get straight out of the box. And that brings us to the pertinent question of the day, and that's, how does this gun perform? We're gonna go find that out right now. So straight out of the box, the gun shot right at exactly 400 FPS, maybe even a little bit hotter. But after a weekend of gameplay, the spring settled in to shoot pretty consistently between 385 and 395. And with a 9.6 volt NIM battery, it's shooting about 12 rounds per second. And as far as distance and accuracy goes, we have made some really far shots with this gun in gameplay so far, in just a short amount of time. And the accuracy is exactly what you'd expect. It's straight on the line all the way out to 150 feet. And the hop-up is pretty phenomenal and will support .28 BBs really easily. Probably even heavier. So there you go, guys. This gun performs really great, straight out of the box, just as advertised. And we've managed to get some gameplay on this already, and we're really happy with it. We've made some seriously thread the needle style shots with this gun already, and we really couldn't be happier. And this gun comes in different FPS versions. You can buy it with a gearbox turning a spring at 350 FPS, or you can buy it like we did with 400 FPS. And as you saw in the testing outside, this gun is shooting right at 400 FPS. In fact, when we chronoed this at the field the first time we used it, we almost failed chrono. It fired about 403 a couple of times, then 396 a couple of times, and split it in the middle, and we were allowed to pass with this gun, but it's shooting right at 400 FPS. So far we've been using this gun with a 9.6 volt NIM battery because all of my LiPos are candy bar style, which don't really fit in here as we mentioned. And it's performed really, really well on that voltage, and you could play with it all day long as you had it on that voltage and never worry about anything. But it will absolutely take an 11.1 LiPo, and we're probably gonna get an 11.1 nunchuck style LiPo to use with this, and that'll definitely give it more rounds per second and a little bit better trigger response, although the trigger response on this is already really, really good. So there you go, guys. Do we feel like this is the best shooting gun straight out of the box? From our limited experience so far, yes. But it will be interesting to compare this to the Elite Force Avalon coming your way in the very near future. So make sure you join us on our airsoft journey by hitting that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss a single video that comes out every Tuesday with bonus videos on Fridays. And we'll see you next time.